Beware of the merchants of doom. They're trying to sell you back all the fear that you consume. They're aware of what makes you scared. They try to sell you on the gloom. If you haven't seen them yet, they'll probably come for you soon. I said, beware of the merchants of doom. They're trying to sell you back and all the fear that you consume. They're aware of what makes you scared. They're trying to sell you on the gloom. If you haven't seen them yet, they're probably coming for you soon. The merchants of doom almost had me. Been running through a flume looking for my Padme. I'm a dollar. I'll bark back hard like a fucking Rottweiler. But even your stubbornness, the merchants will try to find a way to turn upon you. The story's been told a million times about the little boy who grew up in a broken home. He goes to join a gang, they fill his mind with lies, have him pushed away, graduated to taking lives. I tried to warn you all back in Legacy when I said the world's turning into a ghetto. I wasn't claiming that I'm hood, I wasn't speaking from experiences. I was trying to draw an analogy so you can understand the seriousness, and we've got to be fearless and not just worry about saying what we should. The merchants will seek you out at your lowest points, whether you're selling the crypto scams or a loaded joint, and I ain't so worried about buying a product. I'm telling you, it's the fear and the doom and gloom, you need to stop it. I remember playing Club Penguin and buying Webkins. Now the latest fads are teaching kids to shit and everything. You got your 15 minutes of trends and the next thing you know you cringe. The only way to stay away is to remain on the fringe, given enough time, and you'll become problematic too. Exiled from society. Why? I ain't got no clue. It doesn't even matter really. You'll keep on blaming the left and the right instead of just taking control. I'm moving forward with your life, or better yet, flying above the fright. I'm going fourth dimension, you self-conforming dweebs. Beware the merchants of doom. All they do is try to keep you from your dreams. Beware of the merchants of doom. Beware the merchants of doom. Yet they're probably coming for you soon. Starts at an individual level, rises up quickly. Next thing you know, the merchants of doom have taken over society. Like, take a look at the history. It happens time and time again. Nations down in its luck, and someone promises it will end. And the people are scared, and so their rights are put on land. Don't always know how it ends, but the answer is never good. The only merchants bring more doom, because doing that is all that they're good. I won't go into specifics, but I think you get the picture. But at least our ancestors had an excuse. They didn't know what they'd have on the plate for dinner. If you're down on your knees, you got no choice but to act drastic. That's why the merchants of doom try to put us there and have us acting spastic. That's why they tell us that we suck and society's declining. We're in post-apocalyptic times, doomsday is arriving, and trusting the merchants with their lives is the only way of surviving. But the way to beat them at the game is to get off your knees, stand up, and be conniving. Live your life to the fullest until you start thriving, and then the elevator pitch will bounce off your chest till they fade off in the distance and you go on with your quest. Sure, things might be a mess, but that's no excuse for not trying your best. Beware of the merchants of doom. They're trying to sell you back on the fear that you consume. They know what makes you scared. They're trying to sell you on the gloom. If you haven't seen them yet, they're probably coming for you soon.